All right, Stephen Liles here, Bushland Falcon Media, about 45 minutes for Midnight Madness. Coach Reynolds, thanks for joining us. What made you bring back Midnight Madness this year?
Well, the seniors hit me up this summer about it, and it's something probably the last several years that they've talked to me about, and they were excited about it. We've talked about it in the past, but we just had to make it happen this year. I think one of the big concerns about doing it is getting those kids here that don't drive yet. That's
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the
I
big
got one.
things.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So that's a big in our thought process. While we haven't done it in the past, just making sure those kids that don't drive yet have rides and can get here safely. And we just talked about it, and the seniors said, "Hey, we'll do whatever we got to do. We'll help get kids here. We'll go pick them up, take them home, whatever." So we're excited about it. Do something new. I think it's been probably 10 years since we've done it. I think when Coach Stephen Flowers was here was the last time we did this, and we're excited for sure.
When you talk about seniors, obviously we graduated 22 seniors last year that started the season
Right.
when we were this time. By the end of the season, a little less, but a lot of people think this is a down year. They're like, "Oh, you're not returning very many starters." What do you have expectations for? Because you had a lot of young guys play last year.
Yeah, we did. We had a great senior class that graduated last year, and that's what you want. You want those big senior classes with lots of kids and lots of production out of those kids. And we'll miss those guys. We'll miss them being around. But that's the fun of coaching, I think, is each year is different, and just putting the pieces to the puzzle together. And we have, I think, 16 seniors this year. And, a handful of those guys have a lot of snaps for us, like Charlie. Charlie came up as a freshman and has played a ton on the offensive, defensive line. Easton came up as a sophomore. Dawson played every snap pretty much at quarterback last year. We have a lot of other guys that played on defense a lot. Tanner Adams, Kay Gavini played a lot of receiver. Zach Zundel, Austin Ryder. So we have Ty Morris. He came up as a sophomore as well and has a lot of snaps on the offensive line. So we're excited about those guys and what they bring in their leadership. And that's why we coach those freshman teams and JV teams hard too, is because we know that those guys, they're the next group up. So we're looking for our incoming juniors. Some of those guys came up last year as well. Probably 5 to 7 of them played a lot of snaps for us on the varsity. Our JV was good, so some of those guys are going to be asked to get a lot of playing time, and we're excited.
We talk about new things. Obviously, this is your first preseason to go through without Coach Mayfield.
Right.
Obviously last year, Shallowater was the first varsity football game he
Yeah.
wasn't on the sideline for. How different has that been?
Oh yeah, we love Coach Mayfield, and we're gonna miss him just being around and the presence that he had, and we're excited for him about being in retirement and enjoying his family and being able to do some other things. But we feel like we've got another guy, Coach Holt. Kip Holt came in, and he came in from Brock and is familiar with the defense that we run, and it'll be similar with some changes for sure. There's some different things we're going to do. Some of the terminology is different and all that, but we're looking at we're excited about that, what Coach Holt brings. So
when you went looking, was that important to maintain kind of that consistency on the defensive side?
Yeah, that's something we looked for. We've been very pleased with how our defense have played. We put this defense on probably 6, 7 years ago, and it's been good to us. It's an attacking style of defense. We're definitely wanted to try to keep that in our playbook, and it just worked out with Coach Holt knowing this defense, coached in it before. He's going to be a great fit for us.
And then one thing has stayed the same, and you mentioned a minute ago, your quarterback. How big
Right.
is it to have a returning quarterback in your squad?
Oh, it's big. It's one of those deals where we go into practices right now, and a lot of the things that we're doing, especially those younger guys that we talked about that maybe didn't quite, they were on the JV, and the JV offensive playbook maybe didn't get quite in depth like the varsity. Dawson can help those guys. He communicates well. Last year we had to teach everything. This year he's just going. So
Coach
right.
Mullen making a guest appearance. And, one final thing as we wrap up. Thanks for joining us tonight. But you had a girl turn 15 yesterday. Happy birthday to Hallie. What's more nerve-wracking, calling plays on Friday night or teaching a high school kid how to drive?
Teaching a high school kid how to drive, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's very nerve-wracking, and especially when it's your only girl, teaching her how to drive. She's gotten a little practice this summer, so I think that's definitely harder just because you don't have that experience with them. But, calling plays is, that's the fun part, going out there and after we've been practicing and going through everything in the spring and off season and summer and getting out there and just let the kids play.
One final thing I just thought of. How cool is it? For those of us that know how hard Colton's work to get back out there, how cool is this season already kicking off, getting to have your boy out there in pads?
It's different. This is my 22nd year of coaching, and all those years forever, just him always being around, being a little kid, and just being around the program. You don't think it's ever going to get there, and all of a sudden it's here, and I can't believe, that we're to that point. And it's fun. He may not enjoy it sometimes, all the time, but it's exciting. We're just looking just like everybody else, just stay healthy and have a good time.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Appreciate
it.
You. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Great Midnight Madness. We're looking forward to it. Great football season, and we'll see y'all soon on the Coaches Show. Go Falcons.